Sometimes reading a book can start the healing process, and sometimes writing a book can do the same. Teresa Syms has published a work that has helped her in her healing journey.
Is this the first book you've written?
No, it's not actually. This is the first book I've written solo. I have co-authored 2 other books with a bunch of other fabulous women.
And talk about this book.
This book, A Century of Secrets, is a multi-generational story of 4 generations of one family and how they've overcome lies, secrets, adversity, and how those stories and lies that we have piled up on us from generations can leave lasting family scars and can cause a lot of devastation for a person's identity. So this was my journey to heal myself and multi-generations of my family. It starts in 1911 back in Belgium, where my great-grandmother was in service to the wealthy, and she was sexually assaulted by the owner of the family and became pregnant. And it's the journey on how that secret has followed every generation down to my generation and that of my children, and how one lie builds up on another and another. And before you know it, we have such burdens that are placed on us, such dark clouds that are landed on our shoulders just by being in that family or in a family that has these types of stories and lies. And it can really have a devastating effect on someone. The intended audience was actually originally someone who has been through childhood abuse or childhood trauma or any type of trauma that has had lasting scars on their person, on their soul, and on their heart. So it can be a multitude of people, men, women, children, does not matter. I think everyone would resonate with some part in this book. And I have had to change names, obviously, to protect those that, you know, just need their identities protected. It's not an accusatory story. It's not a story where I'm laying blame. It's my journey. The last part is my journey and how I've discovered how these lies and secrets have affected me, and how I finally, you know, stood up, found the courage, found the strength to heal myself. And that's the main thing that this book was all about. It's not to blame anyone. It's not to say, well, you did this to me. It's to show people that doesn't matter where you came from, what happened to you, if you're strong enough and you find the courage, you can heal. And that's what the journey is all about. And that's what this book is all about, to create encouragement for others.
So you would think that this book would be part of a healing process for other people that have been through a certain similar circumstance?
Absolutely. That was my goal originally, was to heal my grandmother's soul to start with, because I know she was traumatized by her past. Then it became to heal my soul and my life, but it's actually turned out to heal other people. And I know that I've gotten some really good feedback that it's made a difference already in a few people's lives, including some family members. So it's helped them to find their courage and to stand up against adversity and to stand up against those that have harmed them or done wrong, and to stand up and say, you know what, I'm not going to take that anymore. And this is what this journey has been about. The book is available on Amazon. And it's also available at Red Thistle here in Woodstock, and also at Merrifield's Bookshop here in Woodstock.
And is it self-published?
Yes, it is.
Talk about that process. How does that work?
That was an interesting process. I took an authorship course, and as part of this course and journey, it was to self-publish this book. And we used CreateSpace, which is part of Amazon and Kindle Direct Publishing. I believe that's how it's working. And it was rather fascinating because you don't have a publisher, you don't have someone always that, you know, you can afford to have an editor, professional editor or someone that's going to lay the book out for you in a professional way. So it's a challenge where you need to trust your own feeling, your gut reaction as to how the book is going to look, how it's going to feel, how it's going to be laid out. And you just basically upload it in a series of steps to Amazon and CreateSpace, and that's how it got put up there. So it's an interesting journey. It's a challenging one if you're not technically savvy, but it can be done. It's fairly simple.
And it's obviously available as a hard copy. That's what you have in your hand right now. Is it also available just as a download to a reader?
Yes, it is. It's paperback and Kindle versions, so you can download it to your reader if that's the way you choose to read. Is all the adversity I've had in my life, all my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. And that's a quote from Walt Disney, a man that I'm sure we all admire. And my quote that I've heard throughout my entire life is, "You're not finished here yet." And I've always asked why. Why did I hear those words? Why was it spoken to me throughout so many times in my life? And I heard them when I was in my deepest despair with serious thoughts of committing suicide. These words were also spoken to me during my high points in my life. I now believed there definitely was a plan for me. God and my guardian angel had protected me all my life, and I was beginning to awaken to my purpose.